right, Tuesday morning. We're about to take off. I had to pull the shade here because the sun was so bright. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's kind of funny. It's so bright you can't see my face. Anyway, so close the shade so we can talk for a second. I talked yesterday like I was going to get some info on what my decision-making process was for coming to Oakley. And I'll talk a few times as we're traveling today and put it in the video. First, the number one, first and foremost, my friend Mike worked here for quite a long time, so I had a lot of information going in. You know, I could see his settlement, see what he's making, and knew that it was a solid performing job if I worked at least as hard as he did. And having said that, you know, I put my numbers out here for you guys to see, and I do want to stress that those are numbers that I produce, and I know for a fact not everybody produces those numbers. Some of that I think has to do with geography, where you live. It may not just work out like that to be able to go home every weekend and produce those numbers, because I'm kind of in a centralized location where I live, so I'm either dropping off or heading to another load with about, you know, with basically a 400-mile trip during the weekend to get from point A to point B. So I'm always starting the week off having a good load under my belt first thing Monday morning, so that helps me out. But anyway, Mike had a lot of information for me and made me feel confident about going. And so having said that, that's kind of one of the reasons I put these videos out there, because yes, I definitely want to be able to recruit individual drivers, because Oakley pays us off on that kind of thing if you guys join. But the other thing is to help make those who come successful, putting the information out there and letting you see that people are able to be successful here is also important, if that makes sense. I might have rambled on and went down the wrong rabbit hole there, but that's just what I'm talking about. Anyway, so having confidence in the information that was already out there for me helped. And because if I didn't have Mike at the time, I'd have been doing my own research, which I did. And that was number two reason, is even though Mike told me a bunch about what was going on there and made me feel pretty confident about what to do, I did my own research, and I'm sure you guys do your own research also, and found that I could find very few people out there on the web and information like you see in trucker forums, that sort of thing. I could find very very few people to say anything bad about Oakley. There were good things being said, but every company I found looking at anything, there's always a slew of people just raping them, going, this is a horrible company, this guy's a jerk, blah, blah, you know, they starve you to death. I couldn't find anything. So that's another thing that gave me confidence. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. We'll touch base on a few other things as we go out through the day. So about to start pre-tripping here in just 2 minutes and head to Oklahoma City with this load of granules. Off we go. So we're just about done getting unloaded here in Oklahoma City. That driver you seen with the thumbs up, his name is Robert Marsh. He's a fairly new driver, works out of the port and Port of Catoosa. And let me know his dad watches my videos, so hey Dad. All right, anyway, we're heading to Thomas, Oklahoma again to get some beans. So here we go. got stopped in Russellville for the evening and about to hit the hay and gonna get up in the morning and go unload these soybeans in Little Rock. So that's what's going on. Productive 2 days. I got about 1,400 miles under my belt in the first 2 days, so hopefully we keep this up this week. And that's it. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Give me a thumbs up. And if you're thinking about coming to Oakley, give me a shout. My email's at the front and the end of these videos. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. I almost forgot. Just to touch base again on my reasoning for coming to Oakley. The last thing I'll touch base on today is, maybe I shouldn't say why I came to Oakley, but why I stay at Oakley. And that's that I know there's fleets out there that you'll get loads from time to time that pay a whole lot more than what the more or less flat rate you're getting from Oakley is. But you guys that are doing that, you get in contact with me, and I promise you, if we're doing the same thing, as far as how often we get home and that sort of thing, I'll put my check up against yours any day. If you're staying out more often, all that stuff, you should make more money than me. But if you do what you're supposed to do, the consistency of the freight that happens at Oakley, and never feeling like I'm having to wait for a load or hunt for a load and that sort of thing, I like that. So that's it. But anyway, just adding that little tidbit in.